What's up, guys? You're watching the guy from the podcast, and I'm here with my bro Daemien.
Yo, what's
What's
up?
up? How you been?
I'm good, dog. Fucking, I'm pretty jealous because I saw you at that fucking emo night, and that shit looked really sick.
Oh, it was
And
insane.
it was like sold out, right? Like it was
Yeah,
sold out like pretty quick.
yeah. But my friend bought one off of like StubHub or something. It was like double the price, of course, but
Oof.
honestly, it was worth it. But I know they had one in like Philly 2 days later. They didn't look as lit
Oh,
as New York, but just still pretty cool.
damn! I wish I knew that, dude. Because like I've only been to like one emo night, and it was in Philly, and it was fucking awesome. Like it was at like the Fillmore, and granted, like where I'm at in Jersey, it's like equal distance from New York, so it's actually a little cheaper to go to Philly for shit because of like like the Lincoln Tunnel and fucking all the tolls and crap. So damn, I didn't know that. Fuck.
Yeah, it
I'm
didn't
like
seem
keeping my
as lit
eye out.
though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you just saw what, like Awake at Last yesterday with Varsity?
Yeah, that was
That was
tight,
pretty
man.
fucking sick.
Yeah, I figured since like we're doing those shows with Awake at Last and Raw like in the Midwest next month, I was like, I'll fucking pull up, fucking see everybody, say what's up, blah blah blah. And then plus I've never actually watched like Varsity play. Like I've known of Varsity, from like playing in bands and shit like in the area, but I've never like actually watched them play, and they were actually really tight too. And then
Yeah, no,
besides that,
Varsity's been killing it. So
yeah, they fucking, to me, like, I mean, I don't know if fucking the dude would take this as a compliment or not, but to me they're like the newer version of Slaves. Like I feel like they're like a like cuz he's got that very like Johnny Craig style of singing that's like, but their stuff's like it hits a little harder to me. Like I
yeah,
don't
it's
know,
the
or it's
heavier
just got,
instrumentals with less
yeah.
vocals. I would say Issues too, kind of.
Yeah, same. It's just like, and that's why I liked it. That's why I was like, yeah, I think that'd be cool. It was like bumfuck New Jersey, but it was cool to like. It was like just to be like back in that environment, and like I had like random people like asking to take pictures with me, and I was just fucking there. Like I was just there to fucking watch the
That's dope
show.
though.
You know what I mean? So it was really cool that like anytime that stuff happens.
Was that like your first show back that you've been to?
No, actually, when I was in LA in June, I went to a show out there with like I don't know if you know like T Mills, like he has like a band called Girlfriends. They're actually about to tour with Mod Sun, I think coming up or something like
Oh
that.
shit.
And they played, a couple other pop punk bands played, and then like some rappers, and it was so dope. It was like in a fucking warehouse. Like they gave you an address, but the address was like around the corner where it was supposed to be at, because like like rules and regulations and all that stuff, because maybe it's not like an official venue. But it was really tight. It was just like in a warehouse basically.
I know there's a band. I think they're from California, if I'm not mistaken. My friend told me about it. They just played a show in California. It was insane. They had like a fucking fire pit, and everyone was just going insane. I'm pretty sure it was like an illegal show, but I know they're having one here too in like
That's
a
a
week.
and
So
you and like what's like the music, like was it?
I think they're like a punk kind of band. I'm not really sure their name at the moment, but my friend showed it to me. He's like, "Yo, you should go," and it looked insane. I feel like it's gonna get shut down, knowing New York.
Yeah, well, but then again, dude, that Madball show happened, and that was like before shit got
Yeah,
lifted,
I mean
and
it was,
like
but it was at a venue. This is like, I think under a bridge or some shit like that.
no.
So it's definitely an illegal show.
That's kind of sick though. I might have to. Well, shout out to that band, whatever they're called. Fucking, I mean, maybe I'll have to look into that
Yeah, after
because
this, I'll send you
there's
the post. I just can't think of the name at the top of my head, but it's pretty sick.
yeah, dude, I can't wait to start playing shows again, man. It's like, especially being at that show yesterday, I was just like, oh man, like I fucking miss it so much, dude. That's like, out of all like the things you do like in music between like making the songs and whatnot, like that's my favorite is like playing the songs because it's just I don't know, the thing that I like playing in bands is like a lot of people that go to those types of shows are always like real receptive, and they fucking if they see you and they think you're dope, they're fucking a fan, even if like you're a nobody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like in other genres, like again, I listen to everything. So like, but like from my experiences when like I used to do rap and shit, like I'd be like doing shows with like bigger artists and it would be like, oh, we don't give a fuck about you because you're not the dude who's headlining, it's like, oh cool, I guess I'll go home now. So
Yeah, I feel like that's how it is though. Like you like one song and you're just like become a fan, and even in the slightest way, I think that's a cool thing. People
yeah,
like,
it's just like I don't know, like again, it's just like they're just more like I guess appreciative because it's like it's funny like to say it like but like there's really not as many bands as there are like solo artists, you know what I mean? There's a lot of
that
like
is true.
solo artists and they might have a band playing with them but there's not a lot of like bands,
Yeah,
so it's I feel like that's why like the fans are very like, oh dude, we gotta latch on to this because they might not be a thing in like a year or two, or they might go up or down, whatever. So I feel like that's why they're just so much more like appreciative compared to like a dude who's like, oh, I came to this because like I heard this dude's song on TikTok. So yeah, like,
no, you're on TikTok too, and I've seen you on my For You page. It's funny. You're just reacting to random shit.
yeah, honestly, dude, because it's like the easiest content. It's just like I just try to find shit that I think's funny and I just react to it, and then I just throw like music stuff in there. Like I don't know, like that's literally what my TikTok is in a nutshell. It's just like you want to see something stupid and maybe hear a song, like here you go. Like, but I'm like not big on like making an ass out of myself either, just to like get some fucking likes,
Yeah.
And then especially because then like if you get popular doing that, it's like, oh well, now you got to really do it. Like you got to really
So
like
it's
that's
expected out
you
of
now.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I don't know, like when you look at like a lot of people who went viral doing stuff like that, I don't know, like they're around, but I feel like they don't last as long as like others doing whatever their content that they're putting out is.
Yeah, because like you said, you got to keep up with that shit. If you have just one, it's like it's gonna blow up, and then a month later, a week later, even, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's literally like music too. It's like with my band this time around, we literally are like, we don't want to put out a project. Like we don't want to put out an EP, an album, none of that because it's like music, dude. There's so many songs that come out every week that it's just like what's the point of putting out like a whole album that everybody's gonna forget like after a month? You know what I mean? Or even a
Okay.
couple weeks. So it's like we're like, dude, we're just gonna put out singles. Like it's just like every like month or two, fucking put a new song out and just do it like that. So that way it's just like current, but we're not like fucking having to write like a million albums or a million songs just to like fucking stay like relevant. You know what I mean?
Totally fair. I saw you have a new one coming out called like what, Penetrate or something like that.
Yeah, fucking. We're actually. I don't know when you're like posting this, dude, but it's coming out the 23rd. So like that's like this coming Friday, and I'm pretty stoked on that. The music video came out really cool too.
See,
Fucking
that's another thing. I feel like with an album, you're kind of music videos aren't as like popular. You just drop the album and leave it at that. But that's what I like with you guys. Every single you're releasing, you're fucking killing it with like a music video attached to it. So
yeah, and it's just like everybody. I mean, like like having visuals for shit is just like important.
hundred
Like
percent.
even because it's just like especially with like something new, it's like you want to have a face put to the music and like it's just kind of and in my instance like I want to like have a character that people can like be like, oh, that's that dude, like, you know what I mean, not just, oh, he looks like everybody else in here, you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to like I don't know. Like nobody like looks at Ollie Sykes and doesn't think like Bring Me the Horizon, or like nobody looks at Chris Motionless and doesn't think Motionless and White, and like so on and so forth. You know what I mean? It's just like there's like a face that's connected to the band. So, and I mean, I'm also just naming vocalists, but
yeah.
but it's just it's all branding, you know.
It is. You're absolutely
So,
right.
and it's just like and again, it's just they're fun and they're dope. Like I think it's just like with us building, like we just want to have like as much visuals as possible, especially like like maybe before we like really become like road warriors and start fucking like trying to travel and do shows a lot, you know, to where like time starts getting really constricted. Like we want to like bang out as much shit as possible, so that way there's just a lot of content for people to have. And
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
feel
there's
like
just a
that's
lot.
always a big thing too. Just in general, content to be putting out. Not even just music videos, but both social media. I feel like that's also a big thing. You got to be
Yeah,
on top of
it
nowadays because there's so many bands, so many different things.
yeah, and there's so many different platforms. It's like, oh, follow us on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah,
Fuck it. It's like, and honestly, it's like, and not everybody uses everything. So it's like, you're just trying to like catch fans wherever they're at. Like, I mean, I could say out the gate, like I use Apple Music, but I don't fucking touch Spotify because I mean, what am I gonna do that for? You know, it's not
yeah.
like having like Netflix and Hulu. You know what I mean? It's just like it's the
The
same shit, just in different
same
places.
streaming wise. Just yeah. I use
So
Tidal. Never use Apple Music or Spotify, but
you're the first person I've ever heard say they use Tidal. So I'm like
I feel like
that's
Tidal has
wild.
like the highest quality of shit. They have like the master versions of some songs. It's amazing.
You know, it's funny, and Apple Music just started doing that because like, and it's like what I'll do because I don't like having to rely on like my like internet on my phone all the time because like sometimes you're in places where it's just fucking like a dead zone. So
Yeah.
like I'll like download shit in Apple Music so like that way it'll play like even if like I have like not the greatest service, and literally like now the downloads are even bigger and take up more space because now they're like doing like this spatial audio shit and like trying to give people like higher frequency, higher quality fucking sounding music.
Which is great.
Since
It is a good thing. But
yeah, so I mean, but that's wild. I've actually legit never met anybody who's like, yo, I use Tidal.
yeah, everyone's
Like,
like, "What the fuck is Tidal?" Like, I'm
but
sure
I
you
mean,
knew
hey,
of it, but
yeah, I knew what it was. Like, I know that's like Jay-Z's shit, you know, and like if he's still like attached to that, but fuck, and actually, I think Tidal actually pays out better than Spotify and Apple. So
really,
fucking, so I think if I'm positive, because I remember that was like a big combo. It was like everybody's like, ah, well, fuck that. Like nobody uses that shit, but it's like, yeah, but like at the same time, their payout per stream is higher for like the artist. So it's like if you want to like support the artist, like that's a better place to go.
but
And you know,
I guess because many people don't use Tidal. I don't know.
I
I don't know how
I
it
think it's
works, but
also well, I think it's also because it's like a streaming platform created by musicians. You know what
mm,
I mean? It's created by a fucking guy who's obviously well known in music. So I think that's mainly what it is. Like Apple and fucking Spotify are created by just I don't want to say the wrong thing. They'll fucking take my ass off those shits. Fucking they're created by people who don't pay as much. There's a nice way of putting it. So fucking but I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, you gotta take what you can get. I mean, I'm in a sense, I'm more happy that that's a thing and not having to make fucking CDs. You know what I mean, or make
yeah,
vinyl. You know, it's just like here you go. Everybody can get it however they want it.
yeah, you put it out there now, and anyone can listen to it anywhere without physically. I sure it's still cool to own. Like I have some vinyls myself, but it's like I don't know. I feel like it's definitely much easier to walk around now with just the fucking streaming device.
Yeah, like I'm the
So
same way. Like I have like a collection of vinyl too, and it's just like I don't even have a fucking record player. I just
yeah, I don't even
collect
touch
it.
them.
Yeah, like so I think that it's just like, but it's funny because who was it? I think like Paramore like released like either a limited edition vinyl of like their Ride album, or they just like put it on vinyl, whatever. It was either or, but it like charted. Like it sold, like they sold so much of it, like that it charted. And obviously, you know how fucking old that album is. It's like, but
Hmm.
that's like wild. It just shows that like people fucking buy this stuff. Or better yet, um, they do like the record store day shit, and I didn't fucking know until like I saw it like on Macari that people were trying to resell them, but like they did like limited edition Meteora albums for Linkin Park on
Oh
vinyl,
shit.
and I was like, "Fuck, dude!" I dropped the. And then they sold out everywhere. Like it was like one of the highest selling like vinyls for that record store day, like across the country. I'm like, "Fuck me!"
Yeah, I
Like the
think I
high.
have every Linkin Park vinyl. Not every, but like the three mains, four. I have like four of them.
Yeah, I only have Hybrid Theory. I gotta get on it. I do have though, which is kind of cool. I bought I don't know if you know what it is, but Chester had a band before Linkin Park called Gray Days,
Yeah,
and they like basically like re-recorded the music and re-released like an album that they did.
this was
And
the recent one, right?
yeah, and I got like they made like 5,000 of them. I got like the limited edition vinyl for it, and it came with like handwritten lyrics and all this crap. Like it was
Shit.
really really cool, and like old ass flyers and pictures of them performing. Like when Chester had like dreadlocks. It's like really really cool. Like, and it was like I said, either one. It was like they either made 500 or 5,000 copies of that. It was like 80
Still,
bucks, but I was
that's
like,
like even 5,000. There's so many people.
yeah. So I just thought like, I just thought that'd be a cool thing to own, especially with all the stuff that it came with, and like supporting like, even though like the guy's been dead, like supporting like his previous bandmates and like his like family. Like I thought that'd be like really cool to buy and own. So,
I think it's
but
just
that.
really cool that they did that too. Like I remember that song B12 came out
Mhm.
from that album.
Yeah, there's a lot of really dope shit on that album actually. It was just like cool to like
Hear his
hear
voice again.
like, yeah, like hear his voice again on like different shit, like I think like one of the dudes from Lamb of God like did like a song where like he had like Chester's vocals on it, and that maybe came out like, I don't fucking know, like maybe like 2 years ago or like a
Hmm.
year ago, but it was just like refreshing to like hear something new like that. And it just went hard anyway. So, but I don't know. Definitely, that's what I only, like I said, I only have like a few things vinyl wise. So it's just like my collection's like dope, but it's just really obscure too. So,
Yeah. I think I have in a data remember. I have like Led Zeppelin 1 and 2, a few of the Beatles stuff.
yeah.
So that's about it. That's about it for my collection. Because then after a while, I was like, damn, I'm spending all this money. And it's just sitting there.
Dude, like,
So it's weird.
and for me, like I just bought like, well, I didn't just buy, but like two of the things that I bought were literally just because they were like 50% off at like Barnes and Nobles. One was like a Nickelback album, and the other one was like was Heaven Upside Down by Manson. And granted, what everything that's happened since then, but I still own it.
Yeah.
And fucking, and then I have like these two G.G. Allen fucking vinyls that I found. Like one I found at a record store, and another one I bought online. And like, but they're all wrapped because again, I don't fucking have a record player. My chick has one, and she has a lot of vinyl, but she'll like actually listen to the shit. So her collection's like way crazier than mine.
Yeah, you know what I've been wanting? I don't know if you're like a Nightmare on Elm Street fan
Uh huh.
and like Friday the 13th and all that.
Yeah.
There's Dokken has that. God damn. Sorry, I've had like a cold. Dokken has their like Nightmare on Elm Street 2 fucking vinyl. I've really been
Oh,
wanting
that's
it.
dope.
But everyone I've seen on like eBay signed by Dokken is like $300 plus. I'm like, do I want to make that investment?
Mm, I mean, I guess it's what it comes down to you, man. I mean, like I something about autograph shit is just
Yeah.
like super dope to me. So it's just like, and then like God forbid I'm ever like in a fucking pinch. I'm like, I could probably sell this, you know? Like that's like I collect like pop figures too, and I have like, because like I'm
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
so like I'm a pretty big like Dragon Ball Z fan, and like I have two like autographed like pops by like two of the dudes that like do the American voice actors, and they're like authenticated and everything, and those are like my babies. But I'm like, same deal. I'm like, God
Shit,
forbid,
yeah. You ever
like,
fall into hot shit, you know where to get
yeah.
money.
But I mainly have a lot of music guys. Like those are the only two that I really have that are like anime. Like I love anime, but the pops are, I was like really into it during the pandemic, and I was like, dude, I gotta cut it down. I'm like, my collection was getting retarded. So I was just like, I gotta like really slim this thing down, because it was, so I just was like, I'm just gonna collect music guys that I think are cool. And then same deal, they started making those album cover ones,
Oh yeah.
and those are sick too, but they're so big and bulky. I'm like, I don't even know where I'd put these
I
things,
know they
man.
had the My Chemical Romance one, and I was like, fuck, I want that.
Yeah, I got two fucking. I have the two Gerard Ways. I have like the one with him with the red hair, and then I have the one with him with the skeleton face.
Yeah.
Fucking they had this limited one, dude, that was like the skeleton face one, but he was silver, and it's like a Hot Topic thing. My
Shit.
fucking, and my friend who's like a manager at like the local one, I fucking was begging her. I was like, dude, tell me how much I gotta throw you. Just like save me one. And like she was like, I couldn't do it. Like there was like six. Like they didn't get like any of them. It was limited to like 5,000.
Holy
So
shit.
they did that for him, and they did like a Biggie one like that, like maybe like a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, fuck, that would have been so cool.
I'm sure
Like,
you look it up on eBay and it's like $5,000.
yeah, I don't like them that much, I just, but there was a point where I was flipping them, dude, and I was making money doing it, but it's so like hit and miss. It's just kind of like, hey, what I've learned from it is just like, hey, just have like what you like, and then you never know, they might never make it again, or like you might never see it again, and then the value goes up, and then it's just like, oh, okay, well, I don't care about it that much, so boom, here's
Yeah.
this, and then I get $200-300 out of it for something I paid $15 for. So
It's a smart thing,
yeah,
but it's
I try
difficult.
try try not to get too attached. I also just don't have the room. Like I think I collect clothes more than I fucking collect anything. Like I
Now,
like
you have
my
some sick fucking outfits, though. I remember that jacket. I was like, yo, that's fucking dope.
dude, I got that for $25 from Forever 21. It's a fucking
Insane.
Forever 21. I couldn't believe it that it was that cheap. I was
I
like,
want to throw up a
bro,
picture of it, like, right now from that shoot, because, fuck,
dude.
it was nice.
Yeah, I really liked a lot of those pictures that we got. They were fucking tight for sure. And it's just
Thank
like,
you.
and it was just like the contrast too. Like I loved like, because I'm always big on that. Like like we did that in this music video we just shot. Like I love like the contrast of how we did like, like it's like such like a street urban vibe, but then like I'm like rocking all black and like looking like goth as fuck. Like, and it's just like, but it's like, just, I don't know, like it's just a whole vibe. And like just to give an idea, like the music video that we just shot, one of the we were in this one place that just had all these different rooms that were all like different themes, and the one room that we shot in was like, I think you might have saw it. It was like one of the pictures I posted recently on my profile, but like I'm rocking like these striped overalls, like these red and white
Oh,
striped
yeah.
overalls, but like the room is so dark and depressing, but I'm wearing this super bright outfit. Like I just think something's so dope about that when it's like two complete opposites mixing together like that. It's
I think
very
that
like
one definitely caught
artistic.
my eye. Not only because of red, but I was just like, that outfit, too, in general, was just like, it was out there, so you're like, you popped out.
Yeah, I don't know, like, cause I feel like so many people look so similar, and I hate looking like a lot of people. So like I want to like do things that stand out, like to an extent. Like I don't want to like there's a part, like there's a line with it. Like I'm not gonna go like super far one way,
Yeah.
but I still like to have like enough character to where it's like, oh shit, like who is that? Or like, oh, like that's kind of dope. Like I've never seen anybody wear something like that, you know?
Yeah, I feel like
And
not going out of your way to be like different from yourself, but to the point where it's just like, oh, that's him and
yeah,
that's who he is. He's
yeah, and I
different.
mean
He's
that,
his own person.
and that's what I wanted to, like that's what I wanted to do with this band. I was like, I have such like rock clothes, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I have
Hmm.
like a section of like vests that I have like fucking 12 vests, dude. Just like leather, fucking denim, all different types, black craft, fucking misfits, everything you name, like, but like I didn't have like enough like, I don't know, cause like I still like urban fashion and shit too, you know, like a lot of like New York fashion, you know what I mean, like a lot of like New York street goth type
Yeah.
shit. Like like so I was just like I need to like start buying crap that's like more fitting, because I'm trying to like be more broad with who we're reaching. Like I don't want it just to be like, oh, like only like alternative people are gonna like this. Like I want like everybody to fucking like it and not feel like intimidated by like my appearance, you know what I mean? So I feel like doing stuff like that, like rocking like really bright colors and being loud like with my appearance, is like it's a little bit more opening, so more people can be like, oh, I can like this, and not feel like I'm gonna pull up to the show and everybody's gonna be all fucking dark and fucking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like doing pentagrams in the fucking pit. Like they're just like, oh, I could pull up and be like not as,
Normal.
yeah,
Normal. But
yeah. So, but it's just fun, like too, like it's just more fun to be like eccentric of like that.
I agree. Uh,
So,
did you have like an influence on like the first song? Like, was there a band that influenced that,
um,
or any
it's
influences in general?
it's funny because like the way what we brought, so like the producer we work with, which is actually the vocalist of the dude who's in the band that's headlining for these shows that we're about to do, his name's Sahaj. He's like produced everything that we've done so far. And it's funny because everything that we brought to him didn't sound the way that it ended. Like so like everything changed a lot when we were in the studio. But he like has such like a dope like mind to this stuff that like he really knows how to make stuff sound like newer or like fresher, you know what I mean, to where it doesn't just sound like some dated ass rock music.
Yeah.
And I think like I can tell you like Mikey's like guitar playing, which is like a big bass point of like the music next to like my vocals and stuff. He's like very influenced by like Rage Against the Machine, which is why like he's got like this very like twangy fucking like bluesy guitars shit instead of just like chugs. And then I fucking listen, like I told you before, I listen to fucking everything. So like I've always wanted to do rap rock. I mean, hence like the LP logo that I have on my neck. But I just always wanted to make sure that like when I did it, it didn't sound corny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I feel
I
like
mean, I had like for STFU, I feel like that gave me a Volbeat kind of vibe for the rock, but then the whole
Mhm.
rap thing just took it to another level. So
Yeah, I've been getting, dude, I got like it's weird. Like I don't even listen to this band, and I did two different podcasts, and both were like, yeah, dude, like the big rock sounding stuff, it sounded like Shinedown. I'm like, I don't even listen to
uh,
Shinedown, and I'm
I
like,
guess
okay,
they fall into that same category. Shinedown, Volbeat, Papa Roach,
yeah,
even. They're all fucking dope bands. So
yeah. I mean, granted, yeah, they fucking do it for a living, so I mean, they're definitely not like wrong at what they do. But it's funny when like somebody says that, and it's like bands that I don't even really listen to. Like I've listened
yeah,
to Volbeat in passing, but like I've never like went out of my way to really like listen to them. But
I
again,
think it's
they're
just your
fucking a
voice
huge
kind of
band.
has that same. You can get to that tone, which is really dope.
Yeah, and again, and like I said, like, and I, it's funny because like I never was like very alternative looking growing up. Like I had like alternative looking friends, but like
Mm.
I was so into rap when I was younger. So like I listened to like really ghetto fucking shit like that. It was just like that's where it comes back to just like I just wanted to make sure when I was doing it like it just didn't sound fucking cheesy or corny. So it was like I don't know like that's why it's funny, but the voice that like the cadence of like that was actually like more pushed from our producer because he was the one who was like, yeah, I want you to like not sound like you're yelling at me, but I want you to like sound more like youthful, like sound like more like appealing. So like again, like so like I don't know, like the average person or like a chick or whoever can like hear it and not feel like intimidated. Like don't feel like oh like I don't know this shit. Like you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
but then on top of that, not make it sound corny. So it's like a
Yeah.
real same deal. It's like a hard line to walk, but it's like I've been rapping longer than I've been singing and screaming. So like, which there's no screaming in this band, but just saying, and like it was not too difficult, but it was still like just trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'm influenced by everything, dude. Like my music goes fucking everywhere from rap to fucking death metal, man, to fucking country, you name it. Like, and I like it all. Like, it's just I don't know. It's just I feel like it's better to be more open minded in
Yeah.
life, really. You know, not even just in music. It's just more. It's better to be more open minded because you never know what you're gonna like.
Because I'm the
You
same
know,
thing with country. I mean, people like whatever they want, but I'll listen to some country sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But then like
dude.
you bring it up to people like, hey, check out this dude. They're like, nah, nope, not a chance. And I'm like, no, I promise, it's not what you think.
Dude, I literally hated country for the longest
Me
time
too. I
because
think
like
everyone did.
I grew up like in a super white trash town and that's everybody fucking liked and I'm like, nope, not
But now
me.
there's even all these subgenres to country as well, and it's
Yeah,
like you
and
got
fucking
Kane Brown. I'm sure you know Kane Brown, and that's like,
yeah. Actually, what's funny is the song that he just put out with Black Bear. The dude who fucking did the artwork for that did one of my last music videos in my previous
oh
band.
shit,
Like, so it's funny like how the world,
everyone
works.
goes in full circle. It's crazy.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, like I mean, dude, the guys who really like got me into it were my old bandmates. Like I remember we were sitting in the car with like my old bassist and my guitar player at the time, and my bassist, he was like just a fucking super alternative looking dude. You know what I mean? And we're all sitting there drinking Tall Boys. And they just started throwing all these country songs on. And I was fighting it. I was like, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. But then they kept playing more and more. And I'm like, dude, some of this is actually kind of tight. And then I
Well,
just
yeah,
started listening to it. I'm like, and that's only been of the past 2 or 3 years I've fucking been down for that kind of stuff. But again, it's like you never know what you're gonna hear, and like in my instance, like and be like, oh, that would be kind of cool to throw into this song or that song. Like, I mean, dog, like the band might not want to admit it, but we have a fucking song that I was laughing when I was writing it because I was like, this literally sounds like a Nickelback chorus, dude. I'm like, this literally sounds like
see,
a
but even
fucking
that,
Nickelback song.
everyone bashes Nickelback, but to be honest, Nickelback has some fucking bangers.
Dude,
Like,
I mean, let's be real, bro.
I've
Like,
listened to Nickelback.
yeah, like who cares? I mean, dude, like I mean, you could ask my chick like literally like on the car ride to that show yesterday. We went from like country to Motionless in White to fucking Megan the Stallion. Like fucking like we like she's like me, like we listen to everything. Like fucking it's just like but it's also dope too because then it just breaks things up. So it's like, all right, now I want to listen to some fucking
Yeah, you're
like
not gonna get bored.
yeah.
You
You know,
stick to
like, all right,
one
now I
genre.
want to
It's
listen
like,
to some fucking Marshmello, or now I want to fucking listen to Moneybag Yo, or fucking Ice Nine Kills. It's like, fucking, it just keeps you like more entertained and like, and just that's why I like mixed genre festivals and shit too, because it's just like you're not like listening to the same fucking thing all day. It's like at least like
yeah,
you're like, all right, I can go check out this pop punk band, and then I could go check out this fucking like indie band, and then go check out this singer chick. Like, it's I don't know, it's more palatable to
I
me.
would agree. Like I don't listen to everything, but I'll listen to like EDM, then country, and fuck even some rap sometimes. Like
Yeah, it's just I don't know, and I'm never gonna be like, if anybody's ever like, "Fuck you, dude," like I don't like that. I don't really care. I mean, it's same deal. It's like religion. It's like I'm not really a religious dude, but like as long as you're not like you gotta believe in this stuff because I believe in it. It's like then eat a dick, like because I'm not going to. But like if you're like I like Jesus and I'm like I don't like Jesus, we're not gonna
yeah,
like not hang out. You know what I mean? It's just as long as you're not like trying to force me to fucking believe what you believe, then I'm cool with it. It's just like all right, cool. Like you like Buddha, I like fucking the man downstairs. I don't know, fucking whatever.
hell yeah. But going back to your band, I know you guys formed that over quarantine. How was that? Like, was it difficult? Was it how challenging was it to form a band? Like, you guys didn't even know each other. I know that prior to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I didn't even meet any of these guys until we all met in Indiana to record music. Like I've never even met any of these guys in person up until that point. And the only one that I kind of knew was my drummer because his band used to be under the same management as my old band. And right when we uh, signed that deal or whatever, fucking he reached out, was like, dude, fuck with you guys, blah blah blah, and he was just really cool. So like we would always just bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
and then during the pandemic, he like reached out, was like, hey, like me and a couple of these other guys from these other bands, like we're looking to like they didn't even really say it was gonna be like an official thing. It was just like more like a side project, just like stay busy while quarantine had everything fucked up. And said they were trying to do like some rap rock stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's my fucking like bread and butter. Like I'm fucking down for that. And they sent me shit. I fucking tracked demos to it. Thought they sounded like hot garbage. Sent it to them. I'm like, they're not gonna like it. I'm not gonna hear from them. And then they literally like hit me back like, dude, they love it. Like we all want to get on like a Zoom call. And then that's like the first time I talked to everybody was after like they heard like the demos I sent them. And then shortly after that's when we went to the studio to meet with Sahaj and fucking basically created our sound. Because like I was saying before, like we did, because granted I wasn't working like most of the fucking country,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I wrote like 30, 40 songs.
Shit.
But and then it's funny because we ended up like almost using none of them. Like we ended up basically like just rewriting a fuck ton of shit like in the studio, and it's just like I said, I've never like worked with anybody like our producer, and he's just got the fucking craziest ideas, but they come out so fucking awesome that that's just it makes it more exciting than like you just going in and being like, this is what I got, this is what we're gonna do, because at the end of the day, you never know who or what the ideas can be if other people fucking pitch into it. Because I'm so used to just writing my parts by myself and then having like an instrumental to write it over. So, but it was interesting. Like I didn't think like a band where I live in New Jersey, two of the guys live in LA, and then the other and my drummer lives in Florida, that everything would be able to work like it has been, and we've just been figuring it out. I mean, shit, the guy who did
Yeah.
our music videos lives in fucking the UK, and like he was directing the fucking music videos over
Yeah, I
fucking
remember you
Zoom.
telling me that. I was like, yo,
Yeah,
and they're
and
they're
he just
dope. They're that first one was fucking dope, and I'm sure this next one's gonna be even more like just as sick. So
Yeah, and he's actually like for people who don't know, like Brian Cox, fucking he fucking actually like did a lot of like Bring Me's like stuff. Like so like he did like the Sugar Honey Iced Tea video and like worked on like fucking Ludens and Parasite Eve and stuff like that. So like he was like their video guy for like a hot minute. And then he's done stuff with like the Used and Hollywood Undead, and he's actually really good homies with Mikey. Now we're all cool with them, but he he's just got really like dope, innovative ideas, but he's also worked with really dope, innovative people. So I mean,
Mm,
that probably also helps out, you know, like working with like real big ass fucking bands like that.
definitely. Um, what is your thoughts on like the whole touring thing now? Now that you got yourselves on a tour, are you like stoked? I know you said it earlier.
Uh, yeah, dude, you have no idea. I haven't played a show since September of fucking 2019, dude, and like
Shit.
I'm like fucking fiending, dude. Like I really can't fucking wait. Especially going to that show yesterday. Like I was saying, like after going to that show yesterday, I was just like August can't come any sooner. Like we're actually all flying to Orlando because that's where like all of our shit is, like the van, the trailer, and everything.
Mm,
And we're gonna be practicing for like a week down there because this will be the first time we're all practicing as a band. And then fucking we're rolling out, and our first show's August 20th. So I'm just fucking stoked. Like that's really it. I want to get more shows booked. I just want like I want to fucking book another fucking run and fucking
yeah, I was
just
just gonna
like,
ask, even though you probably can't disclose any of that anyway. What if there's any plans on coming to like Jersey, New York?
um off the top of my head, I don't like not that I know of, like for the rest of the year at least. Like the rest of the year is kind of like already like planned out,
Hmm.
but we're trying to like fill up the schedule like as much as we can so that way yeah, I mean, trust me, I had plenty of people, especially at that show yesterday, like, when are you guys coming here? And it's like fucking as if like we live here. Like we don't live here. I live here. Nobody else does. So it's like we
Yeah,
have to like
it'd
there's
be
a lot of
difficult.
coordinating. You know what I mean? And for us to just come to a random show, that's kind of like not
Not
possible.
worth
Like
it.
we can do it if it's like a tour, you know, and then the tour's coming on the East Coast, but like to just like pull up unless it's like a festival, like if a legit festival is like, yo, bro, like come play, we're gonna obviously say yeah. But like if fucking some bar is like, come play my bar in fucking Brooklyn, let me go, bro. Like we don't live anywhere near you, like you know, unless I just fucking pull up and just played to instrumentals, like fucking on
But
like
it's
a
not the
fucking
same thing.
MP3. Yeah. So, I mean, but I mean, it's definitely. I've had a lot of people ask, so I mean, it's definitely in the cards of trying to figure it out.
Dope. I'm excited. And it's congratulations too, because I mean, I've seen it Wake at Last, I think, open for Ice Nine Kills. They were a dope band. So I'm sure it's going to be a dope tour for all you guys.
Yeah, man, they fucking they're a dope group of guys. Fucking, you know, we were bullshitting yesterday. Fucking Vince made sure to tell me like 5 times to make sure I bring my Switch, so we could fucking Mario Kart it up and
Essentials.
fucking, you know, yeah,
The
the
essentials. That's it.
you know, fucking, but I think it's gonna be fun, especially because like I know our like Sahaj, like since his band's headlining, they picked those venues specifically, and they're supposedly really dope spots. Like the one podcast I was just doing, the guy was saying the place that we're playing in Wisconsin has like 2 levels. Like it's like fucking like they have like
Shit.
balconies and shit. I'm like, I didn't know that. Fuck. I mean, granted, I've like only been to like certain places in the Midwest, so like I've never been to Wisconsin in particular, and I'm like, I didn't fucking know that. I'm like, but hey, there's fucking people there, and they're fucking going hard. Like I'm going hard. Like, dope. That's you know, that's the other thing I'm happy about being like the opening band on the tour. You know, so like we
Kind
have
of get to set that whole mood for the rest of the show. So
yeah, because like we're gonna have openers, I'm sure, like opening for the tour. But then like we're the first band on the tour to get that fucker started, and like I'm low key competitive, like just not like I'm not like a dick about it, but
yeah,
like in
not in
my
an
head I'm
asshole
like
way, but
yeah, I'm like dude, I gotta rip it to where
you got to
like
set that bar straight.
yeah, you know what I mean, to where motherfuckers are like dude, why now I gotta follow that? Fuck, like you know, like, but but it's just fun. Like it's just I love just like throwing myself around on stage and just going crazy, and then people being like yes, fucking. So I I'm stoked on it. I really really can't wait.
I'm stoked for you. Is there any more like projects heading our way? I'm sure, like you said, you had a bunch of shit coming too. Like you had like 30, 40 songs that obviously you use like none of them. You said, but
Yeah, I mean, we did make a lot of songs, so like we have a lot of songs in the chamber, and then like there's one in particular that is like we're trying to get figured out right now, but we may or may not be like working on a feature. So like we're
okay,
just trying to like everything. We're just trying to plan everything out. So, but if we can make that song happen, and then we'll definitely be doing a video for it because we want the person in the video. Like I think that would be like really really sick,
I think
especially
what you
because
guys are doing now too, dropping video after video. I think it's a must at this point.
yeah, it's like it's definitely not free, but it's like
Yeah,
it's definitely a
worth it in the
necessity.
long run.
Yeah, because like we were saying before, it's all content. Like content's fucking really important, and you can't like disregard anything. That's why
Hmm.
like even if like we were saying before, even if I'm just throwing videos of me on TikTok reacting to shit, like it's still content. Like it's better than fucking just being like, oh, I'm just gonna not post anything, and
Yeah,
then I feel like you can get away with that when you're like huge or like really popular, but like fucking I think when you're not like myself, I
you
think
gotta be
that
consistent.
yeah, you gotta like be in people's faces all the time.
I would agree.
So I think I'm but yeah, we definitely are gonna like continue to like just keep putting music out. So like we definitely don't have a low abundance of songs. So and then anybody who comes to these shows in fucking the middle of the country will get to hear like some shit that's not out, because obviously we're
Oh
only
yeah, I
putting out
didn't
our
think of that.
second song.
I didn't think of that. Wow.
Yeah, so we're only putting out our second song this coming Friday. So like that means like you're gonna hear like another two or three songs that aren't out. And there's another one that we have that like I can't really like say too much about like what it's for, but like we're definitely gonna be playing it live, and it's fucking sick. Like it's really like I really like it a lot because it's just fucking madness. So uh yeah, for anybody who's checking this out that fucking lives in the Midwest, fucking maybe go to our socials and check that shit out. So then that way, if we're near you, you should fucking be there.
Shit, if I could go, I would be there too.
Dude, I mean, we'll be on the East Coast, man. I
At some
think
point, I'll see you. I might even be in Florida at some point, so I'm
yeah. I
sure you
mean,
guys would go there
we're we're
at one
we're
point or
figuring
another. So
stuff out and for that too because like our drummer knows people to where we can maybe set something up down there. But we're like there's a lot of like conversations. There's a lot of things I can't like
yeah,
disclose, but there's a lot of like conversations on a lot of things that we're like trying to like get done and get done quickly. So because at the same time too, like I don't know if you know, but like LA just like put the mask mandate back. So like
mm,
even if you're vaccinated, like you got to rock masks like again, and it's like kind of hoping things don't go backwards because that would suck a lot of dick. And I'm just banking on we like our country being like, nah, like just keep getting your shots and we'll be okay. Even though there's like those variants and stuff, but I
yeah.
mean, it's like let's figure it out. So like nobody else has to lose tours or lose money, like everybody has already.
Going on a year and a half right now, so it's
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
hopefully,
gnarly, man.
hopefully it just goes up from here. That's it.
That's what I'm banking on because I've been seeing like I just saw like a bunch of posts from like Rockfest and like they just it looks so dope. Like just seeing like a bunch of people at a fucking festival
Yeah,
and
I'm
it
going to
being like
Rebel Rock
normal.
in like September, the end of September in
Yeah.
Orlando. So obviously that's still gonna happen because I feel like Orlando's given no fucks since the
Yeah,
start.
no.
But
I think if there's any talk of like shit going backwards, I think Florida and Texas are gonna be the places that are like, yeah, we don't care.
where's
Like,
going backwards?
yeah.
Not
So
us.
yeah. So, but I think that would be fucking sick. I'm actually trying to figure out how I'm trying to like finesse my way into Aftershock in California. So, because I'm trying to pull up and because the day that Mudvayne's playing and like I totally want to catch that. Fucking like MGK's playing and like
Yeah,
Asking
this has like
Alexandria and like
MGK, Limp Bizkit, Motionless in White all on the same day. It's fucking
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all the festivals are looking really dope this year.
Yeah, well, I'm stoked to see what you guys come up with tour-wise and music-wise in the next couple of months, weeks. I'm
Yeah,
excited
man.
to hear everything, man.
I appreciate it, man. I'm equally as stoked. I
I'm
definitely.
sure you are after a whole fucking year.
Oh man, I'm like, I miss the craziness of it. Like I miss like just being like insanely busy and just like having a bunch of shit to do. And now I fly a lot because everybody's all over the place. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go meet up with my band and just drive like an hour. Like now it's like, all right, what day should I fly in? You know,
Yeah, you guys all gotta meet at that certain point.
I like legit just got like a Flyer Miles credit card for the same reason. I'm like, I might as well just fucking try and see if I can get some
Hell
free
yeah,
flights or something, you know, while I'm fucking doing this.
that'll be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, fucking, they're totally worth it. I highly recommend it for like anybody who does a lot of traveling like that. Like, especially like if you have like an idea, like I got like an American Airlines card, and they basically go everywhere, like flying wise. So
Mhm.
it's like especially if like you have that in mind, it's if you fly constantly, it's definitely easy to fucking get miles and fucking save a couple bucks.
Fuck yeah, even those upgrades too.
Yeah, fucking
So,
and fucking some free drinks on the plane. Fucking get a little lit at fucking like 10 o'clock in the morning.
on that 6-hour flight to
Yeah,
California, let's go.
yeah, for real. That makes the flight go by way faster, for sure.
Last time I went to Orlando, I just sat there and watched American Psycho, and it was like, movie was done. I was there. I was like, wow.
So I take you dig the new Ice Nine video then, since
Yep.
fucking you wanted something actually kind of cool. In the video, I don't know if you remember, there's like a part where like Chester's like, or not Chester, fucking Spencer's in the like the whatever room, like with the cop and that big like the heavyset dude. Like that's actually like our attorney. Like he like
Oh
works with
shit,
them
really?
as well. Yeah. So he did a little cameo like in the
So it
music
is all
video.
full circle. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking pretty gnarly, man. Like we fucking like had dinner with him when we were in LA, and or actually we had lunch, and fucking we were just like going over a bunch of stuff, and fucking he like works with everybody, like every fucking band you could think of that's fucking doing it. He's doing business with them. So it's like I said, just trying to figure everything out, you know. That's really what it is. Now it's just fucking putting pieces together.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm excited for everything that's coming forward, and for everyone that's watching or listening, where could they check out like your band's socials and your socials and everything else?
Yeah, fucking if you just search Reddstar music, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Fucking everything. You'll find like the merch site, you'll find our social media, that you'll find YouTube, and then you just search Reddstar with two D's on fucking Spotify, Apple, so on and so forth. Everything will pop up, you know. Just try to adding that extra D, we figure would make it a little easier for everybody to fucking find it because it's like such a common ass phrase. And then
Reddstar.
if you want to follow my ass, it's fucking Daemien Drake on everything. And it's a really weird way to spell it, so just wing it, you know.
Surprisingly, putting you in my contacts, I got it like first try.
Yeah, I same deal. I was like, I figured like spelling it differently would be like a little bit easier way for people to find it, but it's kind of backfiring. So it is what it is. Can't turn back now. So
I mean, you made it work.
yeah, man.
But it was nice talking to you, dude. And I hope everything goes well on this tour.
Fucking thank you,
I'll
man.
catch
Yeah,
up
I
with you soon.
I
Sure.
appreciate it, dude.
You got it, bro.
Fucking I'll catch you later, man.
See ya.